Do it. You can do it. And someday you'll do greater things than us.
Ginny, jeg ønsker, du skal gøre mig til prins.
Alright! Først!
Det der fæs og vestesæt er jo håbløst umoderne. Disse lapper, hvad udtrykker det? Tigger? Nej, lad mig nu lige til mål.
Meget bedre. Muy macho, men...
Der mangler stadigvæk noget. Hvad fortæller det mig? Det fortæller om...
Et befordringsmiddel. Undskyld mig, opkart.
Okay, kom så.
Nu kommer han, og findes der en bedre måde at gøre sin entré agrabber på, end at ride på sin egen helt personlige splinternye kamel. Pas på, de spytter.
Ikke nok. Stadig ikke nok. Lad mig nu se. Hvad med?
Ja! Assalalumbo semindumbo! Kan der komme til for snabel? Hvad siger der så, makker?
We knew we were taking risks and that we were going broader than they had in past films. It was, like any risk, it was appealing because the rewards could be great in that you might get people to come to see it who might otherwise feel like, well, I've already seen that and I know what to expect. But I think there's a value in giving people surprises along the way. And but we did have to, occasionally we had some resistance or people saying, you know, this is not Disney enough or it's too Warner Brothers-y or something like that.
Men hvad er udisnisk? Hvis man kigger efter, viser det sig, at alle filmene fra Walts tid indeholder lag på lag af både humor og drama. De henvender sig ikke til en speciel målgruppe. Grotesk humor dukkede tit op i Disneys kortfilm i 40'erne.
Just a little girl who's lost her pearls. Oh dear, I don't know where to find them.
Come on, rat! Give me them pearls!
I Dumbo legede tegnerne med fuldskab og surrealisme.
Det er vel striks. Fix. All right. Lad os sætte og lave en firkant nu. Se, dem er meget dygtige.
Og når det gik hit til, fik de tegnede stjerner lov til at optræde i meget uvante omgivelser.
Forkylling. Jesper Forkylling.
Selv de mest dydige Disney-figurer tillod sig små, respektløse bemærkninger.
Nu ingen nummer.
Serverer du da Pinocchio samvittighed, overstatskansler, kommissarius for ret og uret, minister for særlige fristelser og bjergfører på dydens smalle stier. Rejs dig!
Anita, darling! Hvordan har du det, modbydelig, darling, som sædvanligt?
Og dekadente skurke som Cruella de Vil er vist ikke tænkt for børn.
Hvor er de? Hvor er de?
These movies are not made for children. They're not made at children. They're not made for, you know, a teenager in Wisconsin or a college student, you know, at the Sorbonne or you know, a businessman, you know, in Copenhagen. They're made for themselves. And my feeling is that if the artists are entertained by their own work, of which they are their toughest critics, it'll work for others.
Det gør jeg. Aladdin.
Fortsæt, men rør intet ud over lampen.
Husk det nu, knægt. Først giver du mig lampen, og så skal du få din belønning. Kom så, Abu.
Ideen til en Aladdin-film var nu afdøde Howard Ashmans, men eventyret har ofte inspireret Hollywood. Douglas Fairbanks fløj på det magiske tæppe i Tyven fra Bagdad i 1924. Og Sabu mødte lampens ånd i den populære udgave fra 1940. Men også Mikkel Mus, Disneys første stjerne, har spillet Aladdin. Det var i 1932. Og Mikkels arvefjende, konkurrenten Skipper Skræk, forsøgte sig i 1939.
Hey, who are you? Where'd you come from?
Så let slipper du ikke fra os! Hvem siger, det var let?
Disneys Aladdin er samme historie, men hovedpersonen har nutidige træk. Han blev tegnet af Glenn Keane, en af Disney-studios mest berømmede nye tegnere.
Synes du ikke, Aladdin? Ballade? Slet ikke. Der bliver først ballade, hvis man bliver fanget. Fanget! Nu er der ballade.
He was born in the station in life that's a street urchin, and he wants to attain the impossible thing. And so he gets a genie, and it all seems like it's going to be possible now. And he has his wishes, and everything is handed to him. And at the end, he finds that it's not that he needed the genie to get all these things. He needed to find and discover that he could accomplish these things under his own power before he can truly appreciate it.
In our first draft of the story, Aladdin had a mother, and part of his goal was to prove to her that he was worthwhile, and he had a song where he said, it was a song that Howard Ashman wrote, and it was called Proud of Your Boy, and he said, you know, someday, Mom, I'm kind of, you know, mixed up now and not doing well, but I'm going to make you proud of me. And through the course of development of the story, her role seemed to be getting in the way of the romance story, and we couldn't quite resolve those, so ultimately she was cut out. Songs had to be dropped because of story changes. We had to have new songs written.
Et helt nyt liv. Et helt nyt liv. En helt ny vej. Så tag med mig. Et dejligt sted. For dig og mig.
I think the most difficult ones are the scenes where I'm animating two characters at the same time. Say where Aladdin and Jasmine are sitting on the roof of the pagoda, and she pulls his hat off and says, you know, why did you lie to me? Who did you think I am? Did you think I was stupid? And he's going, no. She has revealed that he's been living this lie.
Du ham fra markedet. Jeg vidste det. Hvorfor løj du for mig?
Jasmin, ja, undskyld.
Du troede måske, jeg var dum?
Nej.
At jeg ikke kunne regne det ud?
Nej, jeg mener, jeg havde håbet, du ikke kunne. Nej, det var ikke sådan ment.
The relationship between the two people was pretty complex, and you have to be drawing both of them at the same time, thinking of how they act. I enjoyed it, but it was a real taxing mental thing. By the time you went home at night, you just kind of wanted to collapse on the bed. And
man kan føle sig så...
Man er bare fanget.
Hvor er du fra?
Det er lige meget. Jeg er stukket af, og jeg skal ikke hjem igen.
You had to believe that this guy was going to go through some big changes, and the audience had to get into his head to know how insecure he felt, even though he pretended to be very confident. When Aladdin is sitting there next to Jasmine, if it had been done in the, say, Snow White days, you would have had them immediately look into each other's faces, fall in love, the music would have played, they would have danced, and everybody would have assumed they'd live happily ever after. In this case, Aladdin and Jasmine are a little uncertain about one another, but you can tell they like each other. They flirt. He scoots over there next to her. She kind of scoots next to him, and there's butterflies in their stomach. Those are all things that I remember for me at 18 years old, and those are the things we put into the character, something real.
Sig til ham, han er meget sød.
Ryger du? Gør noget, hvis jeg gør?
Undskyld, Shitter. Nu brændte jeg ved din pels. Hej, tæppemand. Det er på 1000 siden. Giv mig lige en håndkvæst. Ja, jo.
Aladdin-eventyrets mest kendte element er lampens ånd, der i Disney-udgaven er blevet en fuldstændig ukontrolleret, vanvittig figur.
Hør, vent lige lidt. Er jeg din herre? Hallo, den knægt er kvik.
It's not too often you get handed a character as an animation assignment where the ground rules are he can do or be anything. It kind of leaves the field wide open, and that's really the case with the genie. You know, he's capable of changing his size and his shape and his personality at the drop of a hat or the blink of an eye.
Hvordan skal jeg være? Helt imponerende. Mere indelukket.
Et yndigt dukkebarn.
Mit lige findesikke. Findesikke. For jeg er lampens ånd.
Aladdin!
First inspiration has to be his American voice actor, Robin Williams. I can't say enough about how hilarious he was and how much he brought to the table in terms of his vocal pyrotechnics, which were wonderful.
Whoa! Wow! Does it feel